So we have two cases to deal with today. The state of Texas versus Trevor Dustin Burge in cause number 22-40978. There's a motion to revoke unadjudicated probation.
So we're starting strong too. Separate charges, one defendant. The first, a motion to revoke probation. The second, a brand new assault indictment. You already know we're diving deep into repeat offender territory. Buckle up.
And in 25 CR 430, the defendant has a new indictment of assault of a family member. And the parties are present. Are we ready to proceed, Ms. Goffin, on behalf of the defendant and the state? And the defendant is present. Does the defendant waive formal readings of the motion to revoke unadjudicated probation in 40978 and the new indictment in 25 CR 430? Can we proceed in summary?
Sure.
All right. In this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation, Mr. Burge, raise your hand. You solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Lower your hand. In summary, this motion to revoke probation states that on September 14th, 2023, in this court, you were placed on 2 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for assault on a family member, which was a lesser included class A misdemeanor. Is all of that true, sir?
Yes, sir.
Allegation 1 states that you committed the offense of assault of a family member causing bodily injury on or about March 13th, 2025 in Jefferson County, Texas, in violation of condition 1 of your deferred adjudication order. And that condition 1 states you shall not commit an offense.
And there it is. He admits it's true. Just like that, a probation violation becomes a guaranteed path to jail time. Audience, here's your question. Should a single admission be enough to revoke probation entirely, or should courts push for a trial every time? Let me know in the comments.
While on probation. And this, by the way, allegation, by the way, coincides with the new indictment in 25 CR 430. Do you understand what you're charged with here, sir?
Yes, sir.
Is this allegation true or untrue?
Oh, it's true. Yes, sir.
Do you need any additional time?
No, sir.
To consult? Okay. Are you pleading true voluntarily and because it is true as it is alleged?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that a voluntary and knowingly made plea of true to one or more violations of probation, that's all it takes to grant a motion to revoke probation? Your probation can now be revoked and you can be sentenced up to the full range of punishment, which is in this case up to 1 year in the county jail.
Yes.
Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes, sir.
I find you are pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true on this. What's the agreement on this?
Coming to a lesser included Class A assault, 1 year county jail. And then there's a big case who's getting deferred probation.
So let's just take them up one at a time.
Now here's the catch: and you're in jail, and it runs concurrent. That means he serves both sentences at the same time. So technically, he's not doing extra time justice or just lucky.
The agreement that has been reached is that your probation would be revoked here in this 40978. You would be found guilty of this Class A misdemeanor of assault, family violence, and sentenced to 1 year in the county jail. Is that your understanding of the plan?
Yes, Your Honor. In addition, it's going to run concurrent to the time on the hearing.
Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you what's marked as State Exhibit 1. I'm going to ask you. Did you sign that document, understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is tendered into evidence and without objection
Yes, Your Honor.
admitted. Among other things, State's Exhibit 1 states, sir, that you are waiving all rights of appeal if I follow this agreement, which I'm going to do. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, then If nothing further, I'm going to follow this agreement and I'm going to find that there is sufficient evidence supporting this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation in cause number 22-40978 to grant it by preponderance of the evidence or greater. Thus, your deferred or unadjudicated probation in that Class A misdemeanor of assault causing bodily injury to a family member is revoked. And I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the county jail for a term of 1 year. And that will conclude that case, and you will be given credit for all time you have served in accordance with that sentence. Do you understand what has happened in that matter?
Yes, sir.
Now we go to 25 CR 430. And in summary, this indictment states that on or about March 13th, 2025, in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed a third-degree felony of assault on a family member. Do you understand what you're charged with here, sir?
Yes, sir.
And this is the same victim as in the motion to revoke probation and in that preceding case where you were placed on probation back in 23, correct?
Yes, sir.
You're facing a third-degree felony in this case, which means you are looking at a term of not more than 10 years or less than 2 years in prison. In addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
An agreement has been reached in your case where you would be pleading guilty, placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation, which can be up to 10 years in length. Fined $1,000. There would be other terms and conditions of probation, which are normal and customary for this type of offense. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So how do you plead in this case to this allegation in this indictment, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1 in this case. Did you sign that document voluntarily? Did you understand it, discuss it with your attorney? Are the contents all true and correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is tendered into evidence in this case without objection.
Yes, Your Honor.
Admitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You were guilty of the crime charged in any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the.
This is where the judge flips the script. He's not just sentencing's delivering a verbal beatdown. And honestly, this feels less like court and more like a moral reckoning. Also take note, when a judge brings up your wedding vows, mid-hearing, things are not going your way.
Appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. You're totally satisfied with the representation provided by your attorney. All of this is true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. Is a pre-sentence report way?
Yes, sir.
John.
Mr. Birds, let me ask you something. Do you have trouble figuring out how you're supposed to act responsibly with other people? For example, the person you pledged your love to, your wife here. I'm asking you a question, sir. This is the second assault before me. Let's see, you choked her the first time that you were placed on probation. Thereafter, then you kick her now while you're on probation. Is the love of your life simply reduced to a punching bag? Or do you have any sense of decency and respect to the commitment that you made when you married the lady? I'm talking to you. Don't act like you're in a stupor, because I'm going to decide whether you need to go to trial or not, which I'm thinking about letting a jury decide. And I can tell you what they do in this county. They don't put up with this. You don't, first of all, you don't strike other people, much less a lady that you pledge your love to. Is that too hard to understand?
Yes, sir.
So what is the problem? You're back here again. What?
Oh, yeah.
I've never done such a thing. I wouldn't even think of it. I wouldn't think a decent person would. But if you're going to fight somebody, why don't you fight a man? Or you think a girl is the kind of a lady you pledge your love to. They're the punching bag.
She's never done no punching bag.
Sir, you choked the lady one time and then you kicked her in the side the second time. You see anything wrong with that?
Oh,
We made a big deal about it by putting you on probation. In fact, you went from really a felony to a misdemeanor. You were charged with a felony here at the beginning. It was a third-degree felony. I'm worried about your attorney is asking to put you on probation. The last time we did that didn't turn out too well for his wife. What's the relationship y'all have now? Are you going back to live with her?
no, sir.
Okay. Or do y'all have a divorce or something?
We do currently
Yes,
have
sir.
one in motion.
The complainant's divorce attorney was present with her in the courtroom when this was all being signed earlier.
The people I know, most of the people, the overwhelming percentage of the people in the world think the way I'm speaking. You don't mistreat another person, much less a lady, a woman. You know, pick on somebody like, who's got a fair fight, not a girl. We used to make jokes about people who would do that. That's just low. That's low. Pick on somebody else like a man if you've got a fight, which is irresponsible behavior in the first place.
10 years deferred probation. That means mess up again, and he's looking at a decade behind bars, plus parenting classes, anti-violence programs, and zero contact with the victim. The judge is basically handing him a last chance survival manual.
How long were y'all married?
We've been together almost 10
How
years.
long were you married?
Since 2017.
And children? You have children?
We have children.
Yeah, that's good role modeling. I'm saying that facetiously. That's terrible role modeling. You think your children are going to act any differently than you? You're setting a bad example. Do you agree with me with this, or do you think I'm out of line in speaking this way?
No,
Do you
I-
disagree with me, or do you agree with me what I'm saying about the principles of life that should be followed?
I agree with what you said.
Okay. So what are you going to do about it?
Change everything about the entire situation.
Yes, sir. All right. I'm going to find that there is sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt because you have pleaded guilty voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, and because you were guilty. However, I'm going to follow this agreement, place you on deferred or unadjudicated probation for 10 years. You must pay a fine of $1,000. There will be terms and conditions of probation, which are normal and customary for this type of offense. And there will be, we will target what seems to be your problem that causes you to beat up on girls and others in generally. There will be a battery intervention and prevention program, which is normal and customary for this type of offense, and a parenting class you must complete, along with other terms and conditions of probation, which include having no contact with the victim of this offense, which I guess is going to be, you better be careful about this because you're going to be sharing the child, right?
Hopefully, that's the goal.
And there are going to be times when you're going to have to interact with the victims.
They have a way of a third party intervene or.
Yeah, you're going to interact with them, I guess, through a third party. But no, that's, can you go right out? But what I'm worried about is half the population of the planet who happen to be women.
Thank you, Ken.
Because this is, I see this from time to time. You're not the first person who's been before the court who who has assaulted women. But it's absolutely not acceptable, and it's offensive, and it's illegal. But it also is has many other aspects to it. It's bad role modeling for the child because children are going to emulate what their parents do, in spite of the fact that parents make foolish mistakes sometimes. And you don't want your child beating up on girls, do you? Okay. Thank you. Very sensitive about this because you're supposed to. Were you formally married? Was it a ceremonious marriage? Ceremonial marriage?
New Mexico, yes, sir.
Okay. Was it a priest or somebody?
It was, and he didn't speak English.
So you didn't even know what was said?
I did not.
Okay. But it was your choice to enter into a marriage in Mexico, knowing that
Yes, sir.
sort of thing could happen. Well, nonetheless, you had to know that you made a pledge, a promise, and that was to treat her like someone you loved, and you didn't. You have to do better. If you fail on probation, here, your probation can be revoked. You can be found guilty and sentenced up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
There was a joint recommendation for the 90 days up front. Jail time is a condition of
How long has he
probation.
been in jail?
Not sure.
How long?
I'm looking Jarvis.
I need to know that. How long have you been in jail? You know better than anybody.
About 4 weeks, but
Oh, okay.
I turned myself in a couple of times on this.
You get credit for all time you've served in accordance with this case.
But this last time he was in there for 19 days.
I know, but what's the total amount he's credited for?
I had to turn myself in like 3 times. Stayed
21 days
21 total,
total.
including this 19? They're only showing 21 days. Anyway, you've got that, plus we've got on the order, on the probation order. Let me see that.
Have this, Your Honor. They already should have took it.
Where'd you go?
I don't know.
Okay, was there an agreement that there would be a condition of, are y'all agreed on that?
The 90 days was a joint recommendation about.
Okay. As a condition of probation, sir, you must serve 90 days in the county jail. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And that will have to be done.
We had asked for it to be concurrent with the.
What do y'all say?
There was no objection, Mr. Ham. That was his case.
Okay, then it's done. And I'm not sure how they do the Class A misdemeanor time, but it shall run concurrently as requested. Anything else? You understand what has happened today, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the sensitivity that we all?
Mic drop moment. The judge distills all law into 3 brutal truths. Live honestly, harm no one. Respect each person. Simple, yes. Forgotten too often. Absolutely.
We all have. I mean, we're all sharing this. You don't assault another person, because if you assault people like this, who you pledged your love to, what would you do to someone you didn't know and you didn't have a pledge of love for? I mean, it's hard to fathom what extreme you could go to if you lose your composure and decide to assault somebody that you didn't pledge your love to. If you act this way to someone who you did say you cared for. I can't even imagine. So this is so beyond, again, contrary to the way I grew up, to what I believe in, and I think which is normal behavior. You don't harm others. Live honestly, harm no one, give each person respect. Those are the three principles of all law. We have these big old thick books that fall like this, but all three of those are in this. We could make it real short because all laws have one, two, or all three of those principles behind it. But we like to print a lot of paper and be detailed, but they all conclude that, which you broke in this case, those three principles. Fix that. That is all. Please see the probation officer. Thank you.
Need a fingerprint real quick. Judge, are you giving him credit for the 21 days?
Yeah.
Okay. Over here real quick.